Hey guys, what's up? This is Caleb with DSLRvideoshooter.com, and today we're going to be looking at top handle attachments for your DSLR. These particular ones I'm going to be looking at today attach via the hot shoe on the top of your camera, and this is fairly unique because usually to get a top handle you need either an entire rail setup with something that wraps around the camera, or you need a cage that has a top handle attached to it. And the problem with cages is that often you have to, burrow the camera in this cage, and there's multiple screws to be undone, and you have to build it up around the camera. And to remove it, usually you need some kind of an Allen wrench or tool, and there's no really quick way to get the camera removed from the cage if it's a solid cage with a top handle. So that's what these hot shoe top handles are so great, is because you instantly attach it, pull it back off when you don't use it. The downside is you definitely don't want to be using it with a ton of weight. So if you have a massive rig, you're probably going to want something else and not want to use the cold shoe on the camera. So all that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the two I have today. One is from Zacuto. It comes in at under $300. And this one has a lot of nice features. Right away, you'll notice it feels like all Zacuto gear, just fantastic, and it's very well built. Couple features with this one: it's a full-size handle. This handle is attached to the 15mm rod that has threaded rods, so you could take this off easily and use it with any other kind of setup. That's great for flexibility. You can adjust the angle of it. It's a nice big grip, which I prefer. And then it has this awesome disc for attaching and removing the hot shoe. It makes it very easy to slide on, and because it's so large, it really locks down on the top of the camera. The other thing I really like is there's a knob on the back of the handle. You can loosen that, and the whole handle can be removed, but the main feature is that you're able to adjust the handle to the left and to the right to perfectly balance your camera. So that's nice if you had a monitor off to the side, or you had maybe a battery grip, or really anything that would cause your camera to be offset slightly. So that's a nice feature, and this thing is just rock solid. There's really no wiggle, and it just feels like it's very solid and attached to the camera in a way that's safe. On either side of the handle there is a 1/4-20, so you could attach a monitor arm to this and have other accessories attached to the actual handle unit. So that's the Zacuto. I'm going to pop it off. Very easy to operate with one hand. Next up is the Shape top handle. Right away you're going to notice this is much smaller than the Zacuto one, but it's attached the same way. It goes on. Has a much smaller disc, so it's a little more difficult to get nice and snug. The main thing that concerns me about this handle as opposed to the Zacuto is that the 1/4-20 bolt is exposed, so there's a very weak point on this particular unit. That said, it has felt very solid, and I would definitely be able to trust something like this, where it's a small setup. You don't have a bunch of accessories on here for using that top handle. So this one I would not be using like I would a normal top handle setup with a cage, just because it is not going to be as secure. If you had a Rebel line, because your camera is going to be so light, I think this handle would be great. It is completely metal, so it's not plastic, so you don't have to worry about that. But something that this particular handle has over the Zacuto is not only the cost. It's around $70, which is a lot cheaper than the Zacuto one, but it also has a ton of tapped 1/4-20 and 3/8 threads all over the thing. So even if you didn't use this a lot as a top handle, this still gives you a ton of ways to attach accessories. So with this, you could easily have a monitor arm for your monitor. You could run another monitor arm off of it for your H4n or audio recorder, and then you could easily attach a microphone to it. So for around $67, this thing would give you a great way to attach accessories, and for the occasional time you need that nice low shot, it would work very well. I can see this being a great companion for DSLRs with a flip out screen, because this is all you need, is your camera, lens, and a handle. So that's the Shape top handle. Still very easy to remove if you don't want it, and that's really what makes these special over other top handle rigs, is the way you can easily add and remove them quickly. One other thing I'm going to mention about the Shape is you can get this in multiple different colors. So if you're into all these crazy kind of colors for your accessories, these guys definitely have you covered. If you like this kind of content, check out DSLRvideoshooter.com for more tutorials and reviews, and I'll always look forward to seeing you guys online.